Peace, 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 Soul Tribe. Yo, shoot, Ivory's Wrote Tarot. Ivory Soul's Journeys Network. The Soul's Journeys Network. What's good, everybody? Now, this live stream is normal. Is intended for information, clarifications, confirmation only. Doesn't change. We'll mix it with a little entertainment when deemed necessary. Interested in a personal session, maybe not in this one, but you'll have to just check the description box of another video, or I think the email is listed in the info or the bio section of this channel. What's up, everybody? Y'all feel this here energy out here? Y'all feel this energy out here? Do you feel it? Do you really feel it? Jessica, Miss Christie, y'all hear me? Do y'all really feel this energy? Jewelin, what's up? Now let me know where y'all checking in from. Where y'all be at? So I've been trying to tell one of my friends about this energy. I think people get energy misconstrued because it depends on the knowledge that a person have on a higher level or on a different frequency or outside of what some like to call the matrix. For example, most people, when they hear the word energy, hit that like button as y'all coming into the live stream. Columbus, Ohio, we got Canada in the building. What's up, y'all? They think of electricity in terms of, they think of energy as far as electricity. Some people are just that narrow-minded. If you say energy, damn, man, your energy foul. Most people don't even know what you really mean. But when you tell somebody about themselves on how you feel when you're around them, either they're going to deny it, flip it back to you, or they'll eventually realize, oh, so now I see what you say. Now I see what you mean when you say my energy is foul. Because they know they would have done some foul shit, right? It's not the wrong channel, Gregory. This is not missionary. This is not channel for nuns. This is not channel for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. This is not a channel for Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. This is not a channel. See, a lot of people, they'll come on your channel. They be saying shit, having no earthly idea where you stand on certain issues or certain things or what your boundaries are, how you represent yourself, who you are, what you all about. They ain't got no damn idea. They just say shit. Raleigh, North Carolina, what up? NC in the building. What it do, y'all? Can you guys please give me a follow and shout out? Just started my account. Do it a different way. This the entertainment portion, y'all. Y'all stand by for a second. I'm just having a little fun and shit, right? But more and more people are realizing what the word energy, the meanings, the various meanings that take on the word energy. I want to share something with y'all. Hold tight. Let me see how they treat me over here first. Let me I don't want to jump the gun. Hold on, y'all.
Alright, guys, listen.
We don't want to jump the gun. Alright. Let me mute that. Let me see if I can come back with something right quick for y'all. Bam. There you go. All right. Back in 2000, I'm gonna do a history. I've done this here before, so I don't think it's a bad idea to do it now. But just kind of like a recap of recent history, folks. Let's start with 2008. Now I'm on my way here to the office, right? And I'm driving. But I had forgot something and left it at home. So I said, do I go all the way back and get something, right? Or do I just keep going? I said, okay, then, is it important? Do I really, really need it? Spirit said, go back, get it. Now, when I say spirit, I'm talking to the God in me. I'm talking to the universe. However you do what you do, that's you. When I'm talking to myself, I'm actually talking to my soul. I'm talking to my higher self, my intuitive self. I'm speaking out positive energy to the universe. I'm communicating like that, right? Now, everybody else can do it how you want to do it. I'm not going to knock you. I'm not going to knock you calling on gods and all. I'm not going to knock that. However, so myself told me, the God in me, go back and get it. So I went back and got it. Why? It took me 22 years in this human experience, this lifetime, on how to identify when it's my higher self speaking, when it's my intuitive self, when it's my soul speaking, when it's source, y'all might say God, Most High, Spirit, what have you. 22 years. So when I heard my higher self say, go back and get it, I don't question that no more. So I went back and got it. I know y'all wondering, what did you go back and get? Nah. We're in transformative energy, and we could be experiencing. I look at the overall energy, the globe, the planet, right? But we could be looking at revolutions and civil wars and uprisings all over the place. Now, a lot of people don't realize that there's this energetic shift within the universe, and it's been activated. Now, it was activated from what I can tell and my personal experience. I pay attention to numbers. Numbers don't lie. Sequences, cycles, repetitiveness. But 12, 12, 21. So 12, 12, 21 and 12, 12, 12 8/12/08. I'm gonna give y'all a little history. Recently, for those that have been around a while, y'all remember in 2008, there was this global financial crisis. And y'all remember, bailing out. Bush was on his way out. Obama was on his way in. And it was just fucked up and crazy around here, financially. And so they took the middle class and lower middle class working people, they took your taxes or they took your benefit funds, whether it was Social Security, your Medicare, that they take out of your paycheck. So they took this. They bailed out Wall Street. Okay? Now, and the reason why I'm saying that is because if you've been around long enough and you can remember 2008, y'all know what happened. All the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac bullshit, selling people dreams that they thought was the dream home, and then people lose everything. All right, y'all remember that, right? Morgan, all these. That's when Pluto entered the 10th house of Capricorn. So that's Saturn energy now. So now you got to know the variations, the differential in the energies of the planet, and then when they come into close proximity of each other, within say like 1 to 3 degrees, that whatever they normal energy means or how it's defined, it magnifies because of close proximity. All right. So Pluto moved into the 10th house of Capricorn. So now you got this Saturn energy mixed with this here, already from an element standpoint, Uranus energy. All right. So whether it's group dynamics, social group, community groups, societies, fraternities, sororities, institutions, churches, governments, systems, all of this shit, that's ego in the 10th house. So when Pluto enters into this atmosphere, this environment, this energy, Pluto is a transformative energy. So it's kind of like it forces you, me, whoever, energy on the planet, it forces change or transformation or endings. Be it physical, be it spiritual, be it financial, be it whatever, economic, be it social, whatever. So in 2008, while I'm here in Houston, Texas, I'm like, I'm going back and forth from Houston to Dallas. Because when I first come here to Texas from Detroit, I stayed in Arlington, in the Dallas area, in Arlington, and then Fort Worth. Point being is this here, folks. My dad said, man, look, I'm going to tell you something. If you do A, B, C, D, you'll be positioning yourself for a better place in the future, because my dad used to have this little saying, he used to say, because shit's about to get fucked up and crazy. Right. I was like, okay, then, Pops, what you talking about, man? He said, man, look, get out of Michigan. This was in 2006. Get out of Michigan. So I left, just listening to the elder. And he says, remember I used to drive a truck? He said, drive a truck. He says, get in the truck. I already knew how to drive, but I've never drove for no companies or nothing like that. He said, get in that truck, man, for about 6 months. And then come up with you a plan to see where you would like to live. Get you about 4 or 5 states. He said, don't look for the ones that's being ran by people that look like me and you. He says, find you a state where a state government and local government is ran by people that looks like multicultural. And then make a decision on which state out of the 4 or 5. And I did that. Got in the truck, visited 5 different states. So when I came to Texas, I left and come back. I'm making a point here with this here transformation of a lifetime. The shift is activated. I'm gonna tie my personal. Then you're gonna be able to relate to some things in a second. Then look at the whole big picture, the global picture. So got in that damn truck, and me coming from corporate environment, me coming from 7, 8 years post leaving the church behind. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, just leaving religion behind. So now I'm in this truck, and I started to like it because I got to go some places that I've never been before. But I've been to Texas before I ever got in trouble. Point being, folks, listen. That decision coming from a wise one, the hermit, my pops. That one decision transformed my life, right? It set me up on a totally different trajectory in all aspects. I'm talking about physically, mentally, whatever, right? Now watch this here. An event happened here in 2017 in Houston. Hurricane Harvey. To where yours truly lost everything. Had to start all over. But I ended up, and I'm giving y'all this history for a reason, because I'm finna get ready to tell y'all something, how it's finna be so fucked up crazy. So, this is Pluto in the 10th house while this is all going on. So while the rest of the country was experiencing financial crisis, I was not just driving trucks now. I was making a lot of damn money. Because why? In 2005, me and my dad had a conversation. He was like, man, look, you know I ain't no prejudice when it come down to my kids. You know I'm not, have show favor. He said, but you know you the smartest out of all of y'all, right? And my parents used to remind me of this shit. They said I was old soul, ahead of my time, and all this shit, right? He said, you need to start preparing, man. He don't know nothing about no astrology. He don't know nothing about no planets. And I did it. So, fast forward. In 2016, 8 years later, I started online. I was just getting online. So I started a social group online that was based on a real physical social group, just a different name. Online, it was the African Culture Group. Offline, it was END, E-N-D, time, T-I-M-E, outreach network. Now, if you want to Google, you can Google End Time Outreach Church of God in Christ, or End Time Outreach Ministries, or End Time Outreach Mission and Shelter. You could do that in Tennessee, and you'll see yours truly pop up. I don't have shit to hide. I don't fuck receipts. I don't hang no accomplishments, no degrees, no certificates, no certifications, no nothing, no accolades. I don't put shit on the wall. So I prepared. So in 2016, started the African Culture Group Network, offspring of End Time Outreach Network that came from a ministry back in the 80s and 90s. So I did that. Spirit said, wait. Now who is Spirit? That's the God in me. That's my soul, that's my essence. I done mastered it now. I know when I'm listening to my ego, when I'm listening to my divine self. So the group dissolved because with Pluto in the 10th house, there's a lot of ego. Pluto wants you to change. Pluto wants you to do better. Pluto wants you to work on yourself. Pluto wants fairness. But Pluto forces fairness. After Pluto is justice. Some people say, ooh, one day, that's all right, God gonna get you on Judgment Day. They're actually talking tarot and don't even know it. But it's after death. Because they tell you in the Bible, first come death. Then after death, there's the judgment. They tell you this here. I taught that from the pulpit. Just like any other pastor would have. Right? But what they're not telling you is that right now, when that dissolves, because the timing, so Pluto don't like that ego, Pluto lets Saturn do its dirty work. Because you can't force somebody to change something that they don't know. Pluto wants you to know. Pluto wants you to reflect on yourself. Pluto wants you to check yourself. But when you in this Saturn energy, Saturn is taking care of business, whooping ass. Saturn is doing what? Causing these financial crises. Y'all finding out about all kinds of shit. You finding out things back then about Eddie Lowe. You finding out things about Barack Obama. That's why I didn't vote for Barack Obama. Because I knew too much about his energy. All right, that's 2016. Last year, in 2024, so in 2023, I think March, Pluto entered the 11th house, transitioning or transiting from the 10th house into the 11th house for the first time in about 245, 250 years. Spirit said it's time. But this time, don't go the group route. Go the network route. I said, okay. I'm listening to my higher self, the God in me. You want to say God? You want to say whatever. Buddha, you want to say Allah, you can say it. But before you can prove that and before you can really genuinely, consciously say that, make sure you do know that when you hear inner voices talking to you, it's not a God from the sky. So when spirit, with my intuition, with my soul source, when the God in me said, now it's time. My dad and I had one of our last conversations on this subject of death, life, family, the church, religion, just father-son conversation. Little did I know that he had 4 years to live before his Pluto, before his transition, before his death. So he began to school me on some things by way of him having dreams. So the conversation years ago, man, get the hell out of Michigan, we have it again. This time he didn't say get the hell out of Texas. He says, man, I'm going to tell you what I would do if I was young like you and me knowing how smart you are. He says, I will go and do everything that I can to put myself in a solid position to help others. He says, man, because you've helped me so many, for the last 4 years of his life, damn near every live that I did on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, he heard. And I didn't know he was going through this transformation at that point. Fast forward. So when he passed in 2023, that's when Pluto, I shared the spread and I told y'all about it. But anyway, that's when Pluto first entered into the 11th house. So I'm like, uh-oh. I knew that in 2005 that was a calculated plan by groups of people globally to completely and totally transform the planet in terms of humanity, agendas, secret agendas, hidden agendas, depopulation, so I want to share with y'all that we still got another 19 years in this transformative energy. So I said last night in a video, we headed for a shock and awe where shit's gonna be happening continuously. That's just gonna be shocking the shit out of people. Shock and awe. Wow, you heard about that? Wow, you seen that? Wow, you feel that? Wow, you heard about that? Shock and awe. Because this spiritual energy, this shift in Pluto in the 11th house is transformative. But Pluto likes the 11th house versus the 10th house because the 10th house has too much ego. It's earthly things. Air representing spirit. So once Pluto got back into that air element in the 11th house, next year in 2026, you're going to see, by then, this whole country is going to feel and look different. You're going to see entire governments, institutions, systems fall like dominoes. And just like in 2008, and just like my pop said, he said, man, but you gonna shine. Because why? The 11th house is about humanitarianism. So all the egotistical, all of the people who are in this energy is narcissism, is low vibration, is ego. Pluto getting ready to eat their asses apart. Now, I want to read to y'all something here. I'm going to pull up something. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm going to give y'all kind of like a little overview or synopsis. And then I want you to apply this here to your own life. I'm doing some transformative things. I'm taking advantage of the energy. I take advantage of every live stream that I do because I don't know what I'm going to do, what the title is going to be, what I'm going to talk about until I hit that button. No shit. I ain't got nothing out here I'm pre-planning. I'm not doing no shuffling, no cards. I hit that button and I go. I want to listen. Pluto in the 11th house signifies deep, transformative, and of intense relationships within friendships, social groups, characterized by themes of betrayal, power struggles, and a drive to achieve goals within the collective. Individuals with this placement may experience sudden changes in their social circles, face difficulties forming lasting bonds, and find themselves drawn to out of the ordinary friendships. This positioning can also lead to an intuitive understanding of the darker aspects of society, groups, power dynamics, institutions, providing a source of power to help heal others, but requiring strong boundaries to avoid bum out and mental health issues. Y'all gonna mess around and be a damn publisher before long. Hold on, listen. Some of the key characteristics of this energy, Pluto in the 11th house. Intense friendship. Expect friendships to be deep and meaningful, but also prone to sudden breakdowns or powerful transformation, mirroring the transformative nature of Pluto. From a social power dynamic, there can be power struggles and betrayals within friendships, or the individual may become a powerful, influential figure in their chosen groups. From an idealistic or idealism, it goes, this placement gives strong motivation to achieve goals within a collective, sometimes inspiring others to follow, or even creating an underground movement. Intuition about the collective, unconscious. Individuals with Pluto in the 11th house often perceive the darker or hidden aspects of the collective, allowing them to understand or understand and help others with deep-seated issues. Now listen, hold on, folks. The challenges of these here potential issues with Pluto in the 11th house until 2043, 2044. Betrayal and loss. The desire for strong social connections can be met with deep-seated fears of betrayal or experiences of painful issues within friendships. From a mental health standpoint concerns, intense experiences in social groups, and the ability to perceive deeper, darker social issues can manifest as mental health challenges like nightmares or PTSD. When it comes to boundaries, right? There's a significant risk of getting too involved in the problems of others to the point of neglecting one's own well-being or your own damn issues, right? So how do you channel this energy? First, you develop strong boundaries for the next 20 years. I'm not bullshitting. Learn to protect your own energy and mental health by setting clear boundaries with friends and groups. Recognizing that you are not responsible for everyone's demons. You can't heal every goddamn body. When I release this shit now, I'm telling you now, hold on. Become a healer in this energy in the next 20 years, right? Use your deep understanding of collective pain to become a source of healing, guiding others through their struggles, but ensure this doesn't come at your own expense. Recognize, this embrace transformation. Recognize that the changes in your social life are part of a larger process allowing you to evolve and grow into the most authentic version of you called self. Ooh, listen, y'all. Now that the guy's deceased, Charlie Kirk, I pulled up his chart. It's available public. Any public figure. I'm not violating or anything like that. I'm not just pulling up. This man has so much 11th house. He has so much Libra. He had multiple Libra placements, multiple Scorpio placements. What else was that? Multiple Virgo placements. And a lot of it was heavy in the 4th house. What do I tell y'all is the 4th house? The home, the crib. Something going on at the crib. So when I looked at his chart, I could almost pinpoint up to in the cycles in the chart. That the energy that I was even sharing in just the readings. Now that's just Charlie Kirk. I don't wish death on nobody. I don't wish evil on nobody. But he was the sacrificial, quote unquote, lamb when it comes to the Europeans, or what we call in this country white people. Just like Malcolm and Martin and others who were assassinated. So that's why my position was sorry, Charlie. Because even on my Facebook page, I didn't just say, he was evil. I just said, sorry, Charlie. Now you see what, now because of Charlie, now people see what, in real time, what my people, who I mean by my people, my parents, grandparents, great-grandparents on this land had to experience to see their husband or the male leader of the home tortured, assassinated in front of his wife and children for nearly 2 centuries. And nobody said nothing about it. Now, millions, billions had an opportunity to see what it was like live to assassinate people who have 11th house and heavy Pluto placements. We're about to go through this here shift now to whereas a lot of us, you're going to be in this Pluto energy to whereas your life personally, it's going to be just transforming. It's like shit's going to be happening, whether it's positive or negative. That's how the universe operates. You're going to be like, damn, wow, shock. Oh, and these are going to be transformative events that's going to change your lifetime for the rest of your human experience. There are going to be events happen that's going to change and transform local cities for the rest of your lifetime. There are going to be events and things that happen in your state that's going to transform your state for the rest of your human experience. There's going to be things that's going to happen that's going to transform this nation and the planet that's going to last for the rest of your human experience. And because this shift has been activated 12-12-21 and 12-12-12, that's when the universe moved in, if you will, shifted into a whole new dimension. And most people still holding on to this 3D experience. The human experience is so temporary. Okay, 75, 80, 85 years, what they said in the Bible, 120 years, whatever. That ain't shit. You know how old your soul is. So we're holding on to a temporary experience, unlike people from the Sumerian, the Comedians in what you call modern day Egypt, the Pharaohs. They all prepared for the afterlife. Why? It was longer than a temporary human experience. And they know that they would journey back, reincarnate. This they hid from us by way of religion. They don't teach that the soul has journeyed and traveled many planets, many solar systems, many universes, many human experiences, many lifetimes. They don't want to tell you that. So they'll take books like the Book of Enoch and other texts and other tablets, like the Emerald tablets and stuff like this here. These ancient teachings that existed so long, so many hundreds of thousands of years ago, before we even knew anything about this sectism, this societyism we call religion. So between religion, politics, and social dynamics, social groups, Bone and Skull and Bones, or the CIA, the FBI, all of this shit's going to fall. End or transform. Pluto forces you, says, okay, Ivory, I want you to totally change, transform your life. You need to do, it's like doing a 180, not a 360, because I'm doing the same thing all over again. It's like a total 180. And Pluto forces us to do that. So Pluto is now forcing America, Europe, Russia, China, change. And if you don't, you're out of here. Your government's out of here. Your religions is out of here. Thanks for the bucket gift. It's gone. It's over with. So, if you don't, now people going to look up in the sky one day and they're going to be like, wow, shock and awe. What the fuck is that? You're going to look up in the sky one day, soon. And you're going to be like, wow, what the fuck is that? Are we being invaded by another damn planet? That's what y'all gonna say. I'm gonna say, y'all gonna be like, are we being invaded by aliens? No. Take away that negative connotation of the word alien. Because the people that told you that word alien means of a foreign nature or unknown, they're not from this country, nor are they from this planet. I wouldn't be surprised that what I saw back in 1977, coming back from my friend's house in Flint, Michigan, as a teenager, looked up in the sky. I'm coming down the street. You know how you coming down the street, you trying to hurry up and get home. It's dark outside, it's late. Mom's probably gonna meet me at the door and say, boy, where the hell you think you coming from? Because my bedroom was in the basement. So I used to I had a key to the basement door. That's my bedroom, right? So you try to sneak in the basement, Mom would catch me. But that night, for about the brief moment of about 4 or 5 seconds, some told me, look up over your right shoulder. And some told me, you don't want to do that. Oh man, I'm a teenager. Man, I looked up over my right shoulder, and when I tell y'all, it's like at night, the whole damn sky opened up, and it looked like it was just for me to see. I wasn't no internet. I was hoping it'd be on the news and other people talking about it and so on and so forth. I looked over my right shoulder. I don't know what it was. All I know is the goddamn object was so damn big, it looked like it was covering the whole fucking city. But it's like it created its own clouds for me to just see a portion of it. I ran home. I almost thought I was going to have a heart attack. I was running so motherfucking hard. And I was speechless. That was my first encounter. I've always been watching and curious about the sky. But I'm going to tell y'all something. You're going to look up one day. Soon. The whole planet. And you're going to see some shit. And consciously, because you still holding on, don't want to change. You still holding on to the 3D. This temporary damn human experience we call life. And it's short-lived. In terms of time, space, and existence. And it's going to scare the hell out of so many damn people that it's going to spark complete total mayhem. Unlike the damn movie Independence Day, that was Hollywood. Must be real shit. And for the first time, you'll start after this, you'll start seeing members of the government, your media. Dun, 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 dun. Breaking news, breaking news. From the Oval Office in the White House, whoever the damn president is, they're going to tell you that we have UFOs or unidentified visitors or encounters throughout our cities, certain cities, and around the fucking world. Position for what? And y'all gonna get this breaking news. You ain't gonna even have to get the breaking news, because why? You're gonna be like me when I was a teenager. You're gonna look over your motherfucking shoulder, whether it's your right one or your left. And when you see it, this time it's not gonna just show us just a small portion through the own clouds that it creates to hide itself. It's gonna show every damn thing. You're gonna have religious leaders talking about this is God and Judgment Day and the rapture and all of this bullshit. That's when I call it the forced awakening. That's when more people on this planet gonna wake the fuck up. I don't mean wokeism with politics and social sects and social groups. No, wake the fuck up like, whoa. Immediately when you see it, whatever it is, the first thing that's going to hit you, because it's going to be a lot of telepathic communication and other frequencies and things like this here blocked out. The first thing that's going to come to your mind is they lied to us. They lied to us. Because the intelligence is so powerful and so much older than the intelligence in our military and our communication systems that it makes it look like a piece of cardboard communication, radios and shit, and frequencies. And we're going to see it. And it's going to transform the consciousness, the reality, the thoughts process. Your sixth sense becomes heightened. What is your sixth sense? I know they told y'all had five. Your sixth sense or your sense of thought. Third eye pop right open. And it'll go back to what this encounter with the serpent they call the devil and Eve in the garden. And they talking about this tree. So the devil said, hey, I'm going to paraphrase for y'all. I ain't going to read it. Listen, Eve. You ain't going to die. Nah. You're not going to die, Eve. In fact, Eve, your eye will become open, conscious, awareness, awakened. And you'll see yourself as God. You'll become God. The only time in that garden story that the truth was spoken. He didn't lie to Eve. She became God. How do I know that? No human being alive since then came into this here portal, came into this 3D, except by way of the womb of the God woman. It wasn't a white lady. Eve means mother of first. And now you hear some people on social media, they'll say things, the black woman is God. They're not lying. You can't prove no other God. I'm talking about transformative energy. I'm talking about we in transformative time. You can't prove no other God in the sky, in your mind, in books, in a belief system. You can't prove no other God created a human other than the one you seen created and popping them out of wombs. Adam in the garden had a navel. That means what? If he had a navel, his ass was cut loose from an umbilical cord of a woman. You can't get billions and billions of people on the planet. You can't start the population of the planet with one damn man's rib and one damn man's nut. If you're under 18, you don't need to be listening to me. You don't need to be on this channel. You cannot tell me that we are all here based on their teachings and their books and their pictorial illustrations and their depictions. You can't tell me we are all here because one white man's one rib of a white man and one white man's nut. I don't give a damn. Now you want to go somewhere, if you want to believe that for the rest of your days, for the rest of your human experience, you can believe that shit. But you ain't gonna tell me that one white man's rib is the reason why I'm here. I used to believe that shit. The universe said that's bullshit. My consciousness, my soul, the God in me said, Ivory, that's bullshit. Once I became consciously aware of the truth about what? Me. And that every decision that I ever made in this human experience, I made it absent of a God telling me what to do. Period. You don't have to believe shit I say on this channel. You ain't got, I'm not going to debate with you. I'm talking about Ivory's soul journey. My soul journey. My experience. I can't tell you shit about yours. That's why I don't argue. I don't debate. I'm raw, authentic, uncut, a humanitarian. If you ain't in contact with previous lifetimes that your soul has experienced and journeyed, you can't talk to me. If you cannot detect, identify, have knowledge of episodes of your soul's existence in a body in prior human experience, prior lifetimes, you can't, I'm not going to sit up here and debate with you. I just poof. Get your energy out. Get your energy the fuck away from me. All of us evolve differently. All of us don't have the same ancestors. All of us are not on the same life cycle, life path. All of us ain't got the same experiences. All of us don't have the same fucking reality. You might say something is real to you. I might be like, damn, for real? That fake ass shit? I might be like, this is reality to me about something. And you might look at me and like, for real? You think that shit real, Ivory? That fake ass shit? Everybody's reality is different. If your main 3 chakras closed, I'm not going to debate. I'm not going to argue. If your main 3 chakras is clogged like drains, I'm not going to argue and debate with you. How can I tell you about your human experience? How can I tell you about what you've been through? How can I tell you about your soul's journey? We ain't got no twin connection. I ain't agreed to that. I didn't agree to no twin soul, twin flame in my prior lifetime. I didn't agree to that shit. Soulmates, soul contracts. A lot of us have agreed to soul contracts. Your soul in a previous lifetime in a body like the one we got right here now, a different avatar. You was connected to other people, and there were specific contracts that you had in that lifetime that has to be dealt with, and some has prior or past life karmic debt that in this lifetime, in order for you to evolve, you got to pay this debt. You got to fulfill this contract that you said, if you let me go back. Say if I'm talking to God, not in died or transition, God please. And God said, if y'all believe in the God myth, God said, no, you agreed to some shit, Ivory, and that's the reason why I let you come. But then when you get there, you get caught up in the 3D, you ain't did shit you was supposed to do, Ivory. So what I'm gonna let you do is, I'm gonna give you an opportunity. I'm gonna let your crazy ass go back, Ivory. And I'm gonna see if you're gonna get that shit right. Now, Ivory, you done had like 6 or 7 chances, 5 or 6 chances. They're gonna be your last one. You don't get this shit right, you just gonna exist in the abyss. You're gonna be low vibrating, then that means that if I leave this motherfucker low vibrating, guess what? My soul source energy that's back in its origin, what's that? The cosmic. I'm just a wandering spirit, or what some call a wandering soul. No heaven, no hell, folks. Sorry. So now, once you realize where you are on your soul journey, and once you've identified certain people, situations that not only remind you, but it brings to your attention, your soul brings it to your attention. This person here, you have a lesson, you have a soul contract with them from a prior lifetime. Go on and take care of that shit. You failed in the last lifetime, or you made the wrong decision, or you gave in, or you was low vibration. Or some of us, we have these encounters with people that you might feel like screwed over you or messed over you, when you don't. A lot of people don't want to, they don't want to flip it, and they don't have the knowledge to know that in a prior lifetime, I could have screwed over somebody I had a soul contract with. So now this here repeat cycle comes back up. Now I might get screwed over, what? By that same energy in a different body in this lifetime. So now we got to get this shit straight. Running away from people, ignoring people, blocking people, delete people, that don't get rid of that person. That's AI bullshit. When you allow yourself to transform, it's going to automatically draw these other energies, because Pluto deals with the dark side, the hidden, the underworld, whatever. And in the 11th house, the dark side, the hidden, the unknown, forcing us to change. The dark side of what in the 11th house? Groups, institutions, group dynamics, community groups, church group, government, whether it's Skull and Bone, Masons, EOS, Boulets, Black Caucus, sororities, fraternities, churches, schools, anything institutional. Pluto is forcing it to change. Entire governments. So next year in 2026, spoiler alert, because if history do repeat itself, so are you saying that America became, quote unquote, a constitution, a corporation established 250 years ago when Pluto was in the 11th house? But look how they got it, with ego and force, when Pluto was in the 10th house from (1754) to 1774. I bullshit you not. So they took this here land from the original people by what? Ego, force, aggression. Pluto represents death. A lot of people died in order for this constitution, this corporation, this religion, this society, this sect to exist. So now here we are repeating history 250 years later. Pluto back in the 11th house. I'm sitting back enjoying peanuts and popcorn in a sense, because I know all this shit's getting ready to shift and flip. A lot of people gonna die. A lot of people gonna leave. They're gonna be what some call martyrdom and some people call sacrifice. They got Charlie Kirk now as a earth angel watching over turning point. I don't know the man personally. But when I saw it, the video before they started taking it down, because there was so many thousands of people there, so some videos did kind of creep through AI algorithm, and you actually saw this shit just get blown, just fucked him up. The first thing hit my mind, my thought was, he was a humanitarian. Don't y'all be looking at white folk, black folk, green folk, pink folk, alien folk. I'm not a racist. I got Europeans, I got white brothers and sisters that I fuck with in some cases more than I do with my black brothers and sisters, if you want to look at race. Anyway, his chart, he was a humanitarian. And just like I was reading to y'all, these groups that's sparking up all over the planet, because people are seeing things, the handwriting on the wall. And just like, anything else, there's going to be revolutions. There's going to be evolutions by the hundreds of millions, where people are just totally evolving. People will be walking away from these institutions, whether it's fuck the government, and they call you radicalist, they call you a hater. Fuck our government, fuck religion, fuck your social groups, fuck that. I'm all about humanity. And so when humanitarians and when humanity starts coming together, and then the universe reveals some things to us, and you look over your right shoulder and say, oh. You look up in the sky and you're like, damn. Shit. I don't even want to look up again. And you're going to also think, our military don't stand a motherfucking chance. So, America, you want to bully with your military? One day y'all gonna look up in the sky, y'all gonna see some America, Russia, you gonna see some, China, you gonna see some, Europe, you gonna see some that's more badass than y'all. And they gonna be shooting their little bombs and flying their little F-35s up there, and just like in the movie, they gonna get fucked up. But in this case, in reality, now that's Hollywood, that's bullshit. They'll let you see a John Wayne or Will Smith or whatever that went up there and they done defeated the mothership. Bullshit. In reality, they're going to be sending up them goddamn planes. And they just going to disappear because of the aura, the energy field surrounding these unidentified objects. And they're going to be like, damn, we can't even get to them motherfuckers. Damn, we shooting nukes at them. And they just bouncing right off, falling to the ground, destroying what? Killing what? Innocent civilians. But they was warned all the way from Truman to Eisenhower and Roosevelt. All of them. Every damn president. They have to sign all them goddamn books, not executive orders. A lot of that is they're signing an oath that they cannot reveal none of this. They can't tell you that. They don't want to tell you that when they dropped them first 2 bombs, that they were warned by a higher power source that came and physically told them. Talking about world leaders in this country. You do that shit again, in layman's term, we fucking up your planet. We fucking up your country. And they didn't listen. When have you ever known a John Wayne, excuse my French, ain't no brothers running the military now, I'm just telling you. Ain't no brothers the shot callers with their constitution and their military Department of War. Anyway. And not only did they ignore the treaty not to drop no more nukes, not to do this. Whenever we would have what some would call visitors, now they want to reveal a lot of this shit. I'm talking about transformation of a lifetime. The shift is activated. Now they beginning to reveal shit little bit by little bit. What they don't want to tell you is they have not only destroyed some of these foreign crafts and killed, if you will, some of its members, if you will. And that has pissed off some people, if you will, some beings. And it's finna go down. I promise you. I know y'all probably saying, what the fuck is this man talking about? He been eating them damn gummies. He been eating them gummy bears. All right. And they're scared that when you get these groups and Pluto energy, when you get these groups and these governments and these societies and these elites and tight asses, I call them tight asses and shit, getting ready to lose power. When America leaders and what have you is reading the handwriting on the wall and realize you're getting ready to lose your global world status as a world power. They don't like that shit. You can't be as corrupt as America is corrupt. And then there be a God of justice somewhere. And that God of justice just keep ignoring these evil ass people that looks like you, look like me, whether they black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever, Chinese, I don't give a fuck. I'm not a racist. But when these people start realizing, when y'all start seeing them die, when y'all start seeing them transform, when y'all start seeing them, I'm telling you, just go. When you start seeing just chaos in the streets, when you start seeing like you see in your military, Trump is just as crooked as the other motherfucker. All of them. Ain't nobody on this planet gonna convince me ever again that Israel is God's chosen people. That's bullshit. Ain't nobody gonna ever be able to convince me again that the God of America is a just God. There's so many gods, folks. You can't convince me of that. I've consciously and spiritually evolved from that mindset. Therefore, I can do things that I wasn't able to do when I was under that damn conscious mindset. Therefore, I can see clearly shit happening before it happened. I can look at numbers and formulas and put shit together and say, oh, okay, here you go. Now, in my closing, you're going to find out about some people, some groups, even different groups or cliques or people in your family. You're going to find out some shit about churches and any kind of group dynamic. And it's going to have you like, and you're going to find out things about people that you have crossed paths with. You're going to find out, or you're going to hear about some shit. Some are going to want to return. Because Pluto is forcing. Pluto is the enforcer until 2043, 2044. I don't give a fuck what no preacher, no politician, no rabbi, no, what they call it, no hoteppers and hotep and woke. You'll know when Pluto is at work. Because you'll start seeing yourself transform, you're no longer the same. You're going to start seeing other people around you transform because Pluto forces that. Pluto is not here to negotiate shit. Pluto is not the negotiator. Telling you. From a tarot perspective, you're going to see a lot of fated events. You're going to see a lot of fated cards, whether it's judgment, whether it's the Wheel of Fortune, the World card, things like this here. Of course, justice. And a lot of readers we're picking up on these energies, and a lot of readers may not be as intuitively in tune with what you would call source. So they may not pick it up because tarot is surface layer energy. But beneath that tarot surface layer energy, and above this tarot surface layer energy, you have levels energetically, if you will, that has to be peeled back. You can't see it just from a card. So I like to deal with what I call my birth chart dice. These are my birth chart dice. This is me communicating with the universe, me trusting and knowing that the God in me and everything is energy. This glass, these dice, my glasses, these cards, this cup, everything is energy. So if I'm connecting with the energy of source, the universe, and I'm reading these energies, so this is just a birth chart in a cup. is how I see it. That's how I read it. So every time I throw the dice out, I'm looking at a birth chart. I'm looking at based on what I've asked the universe, trusting and knowing that I do have a connection with the God in me. I'm not operating out of ego. I'm not operating out of hidden agendas and deceptions and low vibrational entities. So the universe said, oh, okay, then cool. Whether it's me or you, I can fuck with you, I'm going to show you some shit. Whether it's with the dice or whatever. So when I look at ninth house, I know that it's ninth house. I'm looking at what that house and that energy mean, what it represent, what planet rules this house, for example, Jupiter. And then now if I know basic, if I have basic knowledge of the planet Jupiter, in which most of us have Jupiter and Venus and Mars in your origin of your soul's journey. Most people don't even know that they're from the planet Jupiter. Most people don't even know that their soul source is from the planet Mars or Venus. I know it. So from there, I have an affecting energy. What's the affecting energy? The planet. I'm reading. This is a birth chart. I call it my birth chart in a cup. So whatever the current energy is above my head, most times it's going to connect with me down here when I ask a question. That's how your boy roll. So with my gift, intuitive gift, that's how I'm able to get stories from. So this is the North Node. So something is fated. Growth, whatever. Something is fated. Something is fated to happen in the future because why? This is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune represents the North-South Node, our higher and lower self. Y'all got me? Past life and present life experiences. And then, of course, however many I want, everything else, and I put it in the order always of the birth chart. So we'll have, say, second house here. So I know this is Venus energy. You call it Taurus. I know what that house means. I better. Or I need to just leave these doggone cards and these dice alone. And get it where I'm supposed to fit in, meaning that this is not for you, boy. You got Venus again. You call it the sixth house. You call it Virgo. All right. And then you got eighth house. So we got Pluto. You call it death, whatever you want to call it. And then we have the 10th house. I call it Saturn in the 10th. So now I got a birth chart on the table. All I'm gonna read now is the birth chart. If this is your birth chart, meaning that if you have a Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, North Node in the 9th house, that's how I tell you this could resonate with you. Because it's actually, if you say that you have that in your chart, then this is part of your chart. So it's going to really, really resonate with you. But this is a heavy earth. So something in the future is fated to happen. For some, it's growth, expansion, and good luck, good fortune. Now, if I reverse that, if you're on the south side, or you're on the negative side, or you're on the lower self side, which would be the south node of the Wheel of Fortune, somebody's going through some hellified karma, dealing with earthly matters. Why? I got Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. They're dealing with some endings. Why? I know something is fated to end. Because why? In the future, North Node, something is fated to end. Scorpio, which is the only element or energy out here other than all earth. I'm going to read the birth chart every time. I don't care. That's why I don't want to, quote unquote, I can take any card out of this deck. It don't matter. My energy, your energy, from a tarot perspective, this is, again, surface level energy. So any of these cards, it doesn't matter which one come out. My energy, your energy is in each one of these cards, upright and reverse. So if I pull out a card, and then you see what? You see some image of somebody upside down. Food. Somebody could have made a foolish mistake, a foolish decision. Somebody is afraid to move forward, to start over, based on something that's fated to happen, and they don't want it to happen with this North Node in the near future. But they know they made a foolish mistake because something they've been forced to change, or something has ended pertaining to earthly matters. So this could be anything pertaining to job, stability, so on and so forth. So I'm reading that birth chart with this one card. And all I need is one more to balance out the energy. That's why I always say at the bottom of the deck, somebody can't manifest and somebody can. Somebody has good fortune and somebody don't. Somebody got everything that they need to start a journey and somebody don't. Somebody can travel, somebody can't. Somebody's stable, somebody's not. Why? Because of karma. Like I said, Wheel of Fortune is fated. It's destined, whatever this is. So, if I was to read this chart a little further with the spread that I got out here, I'm looking at somebody made a foolish mistake and jumped into something that they really thought was going to be stable. Whether it was a business, marriage, whatever they thought it was, it wasn't. False start. Somebody could have went back to a situation, and now this is upside down, and this is upside down, because they thought it was part of their destiny. They thought it was part of their future. North Node. They thought it would bring them good fortune with the Wheel of Fortune and Judgment, Temperance, and so on and so forth. Somebody thought, whether it's a Sagittarius or not, because this has Sagittarius energy, this has Sagittarius energy, this has Sagittarius energy, and this represents all elements, including fire. I got a Capricorn out here, Taurus, and a Virgo. I got that representation here, already on the dice. I got a Capricorn right here, and I got a Capricorn right here. I can go on and on and on. Don't matter what the card is. Now, growth and expansion with this here Jupiter energy, it lets me know that somebody's moving forward. Right? Something is fated to happen. Something is destined to happen. Somebody has gotten victory over something. So now growth and expansion is about to take place. And it's going to happen quick. Some is fated for some people to move away from foolishness and bullshit. Because behind the Six of Swords is bullshit. For example, like Charlie Kirk. When I looked at his chart, I was like, wow, poor fella. When I looked at Malcolm X's chart, I said, wow, poor fella. When I looked at Martin Luther King's chart, I was like, wow, poor fella. They all had something in common. Family, home. Making sure home is straight. Because they knew that they was fated and destined to probably lose their life at some point. I promise you. Anytime you got North Node, anytime you got Pluto, anytime you got Wheel of Fortune, Saturn energy in your chart heavy, you have a window of about 3 to 4 years once you step into your life purpose to complete it. And if you go back and look at the last few years of any human being that was humanitarian, activist out there in the public eye, you'll go back and you'll find out that they made sure everything was stable at home. You'll find out that they had connected with somebody that they can feel like would take on and carry on their legacy. This is stability. This is twin flame energy. This is marriage. This is family being celebrated, or whatever you want to call it, reunions, whatever. Because they want to make sure this is straight before they go. Because anytime you speak in truth, or anytime you speak into the public and you're causing change, the universe is going to weigh the scales. It says, okay, is you doing this here with a hidden agenda? What your intention is like? Was his heart in a good space? I can apply this to my life. I can apply this to your life from a general reading standpoint with this birth chart on the table. So we're in transformative time. You're getting ready to see some shit happen in this country and around the world that's going to shock the shit out of you. You're going to see shit in the sky that's going to shock the shit out of you. You're going to hear shit about water that's going to shock the shit out of you. You're going to hear shit about Asia. That includes China, Japan, and all of them. The Philippines, Taiwan. You're going to hear shit about Asia that's going to shock the shit out of you. I promise you. And that's what's going to spark. All this judgment day we living in the last days, that's bullshit. All this heaven and hell and all of these different gods and your God bigger than my God and my God bigger than your God, that's bullshit. Put people in a group, put people in a clique, put them in an institution. My God bigger than your God. Everybody forget about humanity. That's the setup with some of these dark ass, evil ass people that are not from this planet and their descendants. If I was to read to you things like from the cult called Christianity, there's books out there. Y'all don't go to libraries no more. Y'all believe in AI shit. A cult called Christianity. There's so many books, folks. This is an old one. And once you find out how you got to where you got to as far as you being a Christian, you'll find out that you're really Paulinians. Christus means conscious. Christus means consciousness. When you hear people say Christ consciousness, that means that you can't kill consciousness. You can't kill and destroy energy. That's why from a biblical standpoint in their religion, in their cult of deception, they'll tell you Christ was not crucified. Jesus died on the cross, not Christ, because why? Christ is consciousness. Christus. You know how many crises has been? Jesus, that is not the original name of that person or that human being. Once you know the original name, I know y'all, some of y'all want to say yes you would, and so that's fine. But that person, life, is totally the opposite of what they told you. Muhammad ain't the true path. Muhammad went down to Egypt. He was running from them. They trying to kill him. He ran down to Egypt, took some of his comrades. And what did he do? The Egyptians, the people they call evil, saved his life. Now, what's the brother's name for Muhammad? And Lil, what's his name? Belial. That's the brother. Just like everything else they stole from people of color. People that was able to exist at the border of or the equator. Right? But Muhammad went down there running for his life. Who saved him? The dark folk. What y'all call the Canaanites or the Comedians, the Nubians, the Egyptians. He went down there and they saved his ass from getting killed. He had a vision, he had a dream. And nobody knew about that dream and that vision but him. But Belial, the brother, this what you call Islam, is only 1,600 some years old. So if you just finding out about the all-powerful God 1,600 years ago, so what was people believing in? And who was the God before Muhammad or Allah? Who was the God before Yahweh? Who was the God before whoever? There's so many. As long as you are part of an institution, you're part of a cult. As long as you're part of a religious mindset, you can't be completely consciously aware of you. Because in order to be consciously aware of you, you have to know you. You can't find you in somebody else's soul's journey story in a book. Yeah, I want to be like naming your children Matthew, naming your children Ruth, naming your children Paul, and all of this here kind of stuff. Oh, I named my son Jonah because God got him out of the belly of the whale. Some of y'all getting ready to experience some shit that's going to change your life for the better. In the midst now of crisis. Some of us, our greatest achievements, accomplishments, and blessings is going to come in the midst of storm and darkness. Because why? Even in the midst of storm and darkness, we still choose to help others. And as long as we keep dividing humanity from a standpoint of Christians, Muslims, Hebrews, Catholic, the universe don't give two fucks. If a mothership over your head, an alien craft, and they're all over the planet above your head, and you said, don't worry, call on Jesus, that mothership ain't gonna give two flying fucks about you calling on Jesus. And right now, your Jesus, your God, and your American military is not gonna be able to fuck with that mothership over your head. If a nuclear bomb is falling from the sky, you can call on God, you can call on Allah, you can call on Buddha, you can call on Jesus, you can call on Krishna, you can call on Yeshua, you can call on Jah, you can call on whoever you want to call on. If that goddamn bomb is falling out the sky and you know it's going to make impact, if you want to spend your last breath calling on somebody that was not able to help you then or in the past, you can't prove it. Most people don't become consciously awake, or they don't become conscious of reality until after they die. That's why you don't hear back from them. Once you realize, during your transformation, during your afterlife, during your transitioning, once you realize that your soul is journeying back to its origin, it's journeying back to its home, and it feels comfortable. So some people say he died at peace, or she died at peace, or they died with a smile on their face. You know why? They was happy to get the fuck away from this negative ass low vibrational planet we call Earth that's ruled by Saturn, Lord Saturn, which is what? Karma. This is the most low vibrational planet in all of the solar system we exist in right now. Earth. We come here to learn lessons. And people ain't figured that out yet. Man, look, that's why when people start their spiritual awakening, which can feel like a dark night of the soul, that are the world leaders or their national leaders like a Malcolm or Martin or Charlie Kirk, right? They'll even say publicly, I'm not afraid of death. When you see people like Pop that used to talk about his death, but because if you look at the thug life social group, if you will, or culture, they still around. It's bigger than when it was when he was alive. So it'll be the same thing happening like with Malcolm, with Martin Luther King, with Charlie Kirk. All of them have that in common. When you got 11th house placements, mixed with this Pluto, you're bound, your life is bound to transform. You're bound to go through some deep emotional healing, especially if you got like an Aquarius moon, right? Man, you're going to be able to help a lot of people. And this is your time. In other words, to shine like the star, like the sun. This is your time. This was Charlie's time. It's just that his time, he had to spend the last 4 years preparing for his transformation, to prepare for his transition. We call it to prepare for his Pluto experience, or prepare for death. Martin had to do it. Malcolm had to do it. Anybody else you want to name? Abraham Lincoln had to do it. Don't look at the race. Look at the human. And you got, again, some foreigners that's originally not from this planet. Nor are they from the planet. I mean, you got war galaxies, you got cosmic galaxies, you got cosmic beings, you got people or beings from universes, galaxies so far away from here that have traveled for thousands and thousands and millions of years. And our energy is out there probing negative. So energy is energy. So it's like you get visitors because they can feel that energy when they bypass the planet. Now, what if they get curious and want to come and check it out? What is this negative energy down here? Let's go down here and destroy it. We screwed. A lot of people, folks, between now and 2030 will not be here that you know now, even in your close circle. A lot of people, if everything goes according to their agenda, 1/3 of this planet will be deceased because of something. 1/3 of this planet will be gone by 2030, 5 years from now. Facts. So now, for those of us in this Pluto energy, okay, what do I need to do to work on myself? That's shadow work. That's my South Node side. That's my shadow side. That's my ego side. That's my addiction side. That's my bullshit side. That's whatever. What do I do? What do I need to do? And you're talking to yourself. You ain't talking to somebody in the sky, I promise you. You're talking to yourself. You're talking to your soul. And your soul gonna tell you what you need to do. Your soul and your heart is going to get together and tell you, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to create. This is what you need to do to change. This is what you need to do to transform your life. Now, I'm going to help you, and you'll come out better on the other side. But some people don't like that. The majority of the planet don't want to change. So you can't help everybody. That's why I was saying, as I was reading earlier, I mean, stay out of people's problems. If somebody you've dealt with in the past and they try to return, or they want to return to your life, and if you can revert back to how the energy was when they left, and then this person gets back in touch with you and they going through some bullshit with somebody else, that ain't your fight. You got to learn to walk away. You can't save and help everyone. I don't give a damn if you was married to them, got 15 goddamn kids by them. You can't help them. Your ass gonna be like Lot wife. You can't help them. The best way to help people these days is from a distance. Send them send them positive energy, send them love and light. Pray for them. When it's death is death. Just look at it like that, at face value. What would you do if somebody that you know who's died and they come back and they want to be a part of your life? Most people would be scared as shit, for one. Because they know they went to the funeral and they know this person died. But here they is right here. And they said they want to be a part of your life for the rest of your life. Imagine somebody that died, literally, out of your life. Gone, ghosted, dead, gone out of your life. Totally transformed, 180 bow face, gone. Dead. The whole relationship, everything's dead. You got a new life, they got a new life. You done went and worked on yourself, they haven't. Now this person returned. That's like the dead returning, folks, is what I'm trying to say. What can you do with that dead person? Your emotions, the way you felt, all of that shit's changed. It's different. It's dead. The old you is not the same. How you felt about them is not the same. Why? Transformation. Ain't got nothing to do with you don't like the person, because why? When you went in Herman, you start working on yourself. One of the first things Herman is going to tell you is what? Don't judge nobody. Just deal with you. Judge yourself. When the universe has dead the situation, and you go back and try to undead the situation, that's like you going to the universe and says, okay, I'm going to revive the dead universe, and I'm going to go back to this here situation that's dead, that you killed universe, and I'm going to make this here dead situation alive again and make it better than it was the first time, universe. Universe said, thou fool. That's why your ass is upside down. When it's dead, folks, you got to learn how to leave it buried. I'm not going to go back and dig up some shit. Whatever it was, whoever it was, is dead. It's dead. I'm going to go to the cemetery of the universe and dig up something that the universe has buried. Now, if that's the way y'all roll, hey, roll on. I'm not trying to revive what the universe has unalive. If the universe says, Ivory, you are fated to be with this here dead person, then I'm going to say, universe, go raise the dead. Universe, go transform the dead. And I ain't got shit to do with it. That's the universe. It ain't none of me. If the universe wants you to be with somebody, I promise you, what you call and what I call total transformation, this person has totally changed. They ain't got to tell you, the person. The universe is gonna tell you. The universe is gonna reveal it to you. Other than that, don't try to revive what the universe has unalive. All right, y'all, got to go. It's getting late. What's up, everybody? Everybody good? What is that? Ain't no light. Leela, what it do? Queen Lotus. If somebody has drained your energy, to the point you just didn't feel like living no more, you didn't feel like going to work, why would you want to revive that dead feeling? If you know somebody is with somebody else or left you and went and got with somebody else, why would you want to sleep with someone from the dead that was laying by somebody they left you for from the dead? Now you got a dog dead energy returning that was connected to a dog dead energy that they... Now you getting ready to try to revive two dead people energy, because they gonna bring the trauma of that dead shit that didn't work, and they gonna need you as a healer. And boy, is they getting ready to drain your energy because of all the trauma, all the regrets, all of the remorse, and all of this here. And now you're a counselor in a relationship. You're a mother or you're a father figure for that person, because they gonna be like a damn child. I promise you. Why? Needing the suckling and sincere milk of your energy. You'll be surprised, boy. You got some folks out here who want to return to y'all so bad, but they know they done fucked up so bad. And they feel like ain't nobody really gonna help them heal. Help them get through whatever the fuck they done went through. But you. I don't care if it's family, friend, ex, whoever. Because that's why we're in this plan transformative of a lifetime energy. Some transforming, changing for the positive. Some transforming, change for the worse. Some deaf in reverse. Some don't want to change. They don't want to transform. Like the old rap song back in the day used to say, don't save her, she don't want to be saved. Some people don't want to change, folks. Quit think that you can change them. You can't transform the dead. That's the universe job. That's God's job. But I love him. I still got feelings for him. Okay, if you ain't through learning your lesson, go on back. Go on back. You can learn the lesson. Now, when they drain you of your energy and they get them a refill, they out of there. Man, look. You talking about the lowest of the lowest you gonna feel. Some told me not to take their ass back. Some told me to leave their asses alone. You know what that something was? Your intuition and your soul. The God in you. So leave that devil alone. But Lord, I love him. I love him. And your God be like, so you don't know they over there laid up with Bobo, they laid up with Barry. Yeah, I know they with somebody else, Lord, but I love them. Then your Lord and your God gonna say, look, come here, baby. Come here, child. They all right. You need some help. Hey, Hermit, in the universe. Hey, Hermit, come here. Take this child over here and show them what's going on. Herman be like, all right. Herman enlighten you on some shit. How you meditate, how you praying, and then next thing you know, you dreaming. Next thing you know, you seeing shit. You be like, man, that sorry ass piece of shit. That sorry heifer. That sorry waste. That no good nigga. Now, if you sexist on here talking about what men do, it's some evil ass women out here. Don't be on here biased and bashing. Because there's some good brothers like me on this channel. It's just a few of us. We'll get on that ass. We'll tell you some stories about Waldo's sister named Waldet Jezebel. And we can tell you some horror story about these witches. Most people come to tarot, they'll think that, now, these crazy ass men out here, it's this, and man, it's some evil ass women on this planet that look like me and that don't look like you. Don't you think every brother out here, don't say all men are dogs now, all men cheat, because why? That's what you're speaking in the universe. So the next nigga you get with, the next person you get with, next man you get with, guess what? You put that out in the universe already. All men are dogs, all men no good, all men cheat. But you want one. Let me say that to you. Say it to you again. All men are dogs, all men cheat, all men no good. That's what you said, and you spoke it out in the universe. But you want one. But you want one. All women whores, all women cheat, all women ain't no good, all women. You just spoken it to the universe, brother. And guess what? And you want one. Some shit you have to just laugh at. That's why I don't trust no man. I don't know. Okay, now you laid up with a woman and she cheated on your ass with another man or another woman. Now how you feel? I'll never go back to another woman. I don't deal with number men. That's what you got some men saying. Then guess what? Now that nigga out there you laid up with, two niggas, and one of their asses and shit done cheated on you with another woman or another man. It's like the song is just a song and never, it's like it just go on and on. That's why so many people in their right mind, they just said, fuck it. Let me go out here and make some shit happen by my goddamn self. Let me see what I can accomplish. And let me just attract a whole nother group of damn whatever, soul tribe. I don't even want, some people don't want to fuck with nobody that they know that shit was just sourdough from the past. And sometimes you have to just completely change your whole circle. I'm not bullshitting. Family, friend, exes, I don't give a fuck. And you have to start to fuck over. Food card. And just start over. I'm telling you. But before you start over, make sure you get over there and hermit. This sounds like to me, you got some karmic debt that you're clearing. Whoever I just pinned up at the top. You got some karmic debt that you're clearing, or you keep repeating it, you keep attracting the same energy. Or you got some karmic debt that's clear. I mean, if people is dying and leaving your life and cheating on you. You got to start celebrating this shit sometime. I'm not bullshitting, folks. Some people were not meant to be with you right now. So if they done cheated on you, or they done died, or they done left you and went with somebody else, man, you better start clapping your hands, jumping up and down, speaking in tongues like you do at church. You ought to be glad their ass is gone. Don't be on YouTube telling people what you want, telling these dark energies on here like you on here. There's light energies on here and there's dark energies. So if you telling these dark energies you want a kind of spirit man, High Priestess will keep that shit to herself, to himself. The Emperor is gonna keep that shit to themselves. And then you're gonna attract. You got to be what you desire. You can't be out here trying to attract angels and you're a demon. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm not talking even to the person that I'm just saying in general. You can't be out here trying to, that's what demons do. That's what low vibrational people do. Low vibrational people. When I was low vibrational, guess what? I wanted to kick it with low vibrational people. And no, I didn't. I didn't trust low vibration. I didn't trust people like me when I was out there with that shit in low vibration. Low vibrational people wants to attract positive or high vibrational people. You'll get a knight, you get a page. They go after the empress. Why would a knight go after another knight? Why would a page go after another page? Unless they just like that and they just want somebody like them. Most time people are not going to attract what's lesser of them. They want to attract what's greater than them. So you're going to have these knights and these pages, of course, out here desiring to be with who? The empress or the emperor. A knight of wands, a page of wands don't want to be. A knight of wands and a page of wands together. Or if you take two knight of wand energy in this low vibrational state, they both cheating on each other. They both flighty. You take a page of wands, low vibrational. Them one night stands. Them friends with benefits. Especially if it's a page of wands, page of wands in reverse with an ace of wands, and then probably a page of pentacle in reverse with a six of pentacle in the upright. They don't want none but friends with benefits. Nine of pentacle in reverse. That person don't want shit. Ain't shit. If you high vibrational, if you are on your life purpose, if you are focusing on yourself healing and checking on you and making sure you keep you in order and this and that, make sure home is straight. You don't want to deal with no pages and no nights. I'm telling you. They're gonna come and everything that you worked hard on yourself, building yourself back up, everything you work hard on to work, provide for you and your family, and you got a new car, you in a new house, you in a whole new life. Fuck around and get one of these dead pages of wands, knight of wands from the past and let them back. Man, they finna fuck up your house. They finna fuck up your life. I'm Ivory. I'm gonna keep it 1,100. Period. I'm telling you. Marlo, do yourself a favor. Tonight, I want you to go talk to your soul. Marlo. If you got a soul, which I know you do because you're in the live. If you got a soul tonight, go talk to your soul. Same way you'll talk to your God. Watch what happens. Every last one of us got a soul. Now these books telling y'all your soul either gonna go to heaven or hell, or you gonna go to paradise. You gonna get 1,000 verses, some shit like that, right? Go talk to your soul. Same way you talk to your God. Talk to your soul, wait. See what happens. Then go talk to your God and wait and see what happens. Whichever one responds to what you are talking about and what you are desiring, stick with that one for now. Talk to that one for now. Whether it's your God or your soul. People gotta learn how to get closer to themselves before you can get close to God. I'm trying to walk with God. I'm trying to get closer to Jesus. You need to get in closer and you need to get in tune. You need to get closer to yourself. I'm telling you. You ain't gonna be able to get close to Jesus. I'm sorry to tell you that. You're not gonna be able to get close to God. But you can get close to self. And you can transform self. I'm telling you. And doing so, you'll go through a whole life transformation. You'll go through a whole shift. There's a whole new paradigm. There's a whole new energetic activation take place in your life when you go through a total transformation. I promise you. That I can promise you. Because you know, a lot of times y'all come and y'all have these, you sharing so much information. It's like a counselor coming from the ears of a spiritual advisor or a counselor. When I hear people talk about their problem, but they don't go get help, I tune them out. That's like me. I know I got a problem with my car. It's down. I need a starter. I need an alternator. I can't drive it. I can't move. I'm just talking about my car problem. But I ain't doing shit to go and get it fixed. And I got the money to go get it fixed. I got the means to go get it fixed. When I hear people talk about their problem and don't do nothing about it, I tune them out. And when they just get to going, then what they're doing is they're trying to distort positive frequencies. Right? So if you're not going to go get help, you're just talking, because a counselor will listen. But coming in the general public, in a general setting, and you got dark energies, light energies, you got people out here feeding off of your problem. Before you know it, you done ran across somebody by way of social media, or you done ran across somebody that have been in these here different lives. In my life, they dark, you light, you got a good heart, they don't. And like I said, they need your energy. When you're talking about your problems openly to the public, it's like when I put my business in the streets, then I get mad because I run across somebody from the streets or a stranger, and they know about my problem, and they're going to use that shit against me. Why? Because I put it out there. That's what happens on social media these days. Because I can see whoever you are. I can see, let's say, all right, people that's putting their business out in the street. I can take this here person right here. I don't know them. They don't know me. And if I'm on the dark side, the algorithms and technology will allow me to go to that person's channel. And you are not going to get anything these days without Google, or without an email, or a Gmail, or a password, or what have you. All that shit's detectable, can be found out. Now you wondering why this nice, kind person, stranger, in your inbox, or on your Facebook, or on your Instagram, or on your TikTok, making positive comments. You know why? Because you've put out negative energy on how you feel, and they picked up on it. Now somebody coming out, you right, so and so and so, that's right. Next thing you know, you chatting with somebody. Next thing you know, you video chat with somebody. Next thing you know, you done moved in with somebody, and you don't even know that you allowed somebody in your life to hurt your problems. And because of AI technology, you with them. No shit. That's right. Even darkness need light to survive. That's why I say low vibrational people, they ain't trying to get with low vibrational people. Because why? It's going to remind them a reflection of themselves. Low vibrational people need to feed off the energy of high vibrational people. Opposites attract. So if you want to attract positive, you ain't got to say nothing. You just embody, or you walk in that energy, or you live in that energy, or your environment is positive. You're going to attract that. Yeah, you're going to attract the flies, but by now you should have learned your lesson as a high priest or a high priestess. You should have learned you should have already gotten contact with yourself to know more about you and your soul's purpose before going from one relationship straight to another. You got some people shit just went through some bad, crazy ass shit, but guess what? They looking for somebody else new already. They're gonna attract the same damn energy, different body. No shit. We'll see y'all in the next video. I'm tired. Bye-bye.